Emotions at the home of Maria Nagirinya in Zambia ran like a fickle stream.
And she had plans of going to Jinja to celebrate their anniversary, but it has not been possible.
Why people might do such a thing to my daughter, such an innocent girl, and punish her to that extent. The girl who has always been very polite and simple, very welcoming, all the time smiling, has never quarreled with anyone, as far as I know. So I'm asking myself, why?
What was the motive of the killing that also claimed the life of the driver, Ronald Kitayimbwa? Was it a dispute at work, or is it in regard to her relationship? Was the duo caught in the vortex of cloak and dagger games? Or perhaps the spectre of unresolved murders has returned to haunt the country? As security agencies commence an investigation into these killings, they will examine a number of clues to seek cogent evidence against the masterminds.
A lot of material has been found in the vehicle. We have collected that material. We have taken it to government analytical laboratories for forensic. And anything that comes out, of course, we shall be updating you. But we are hopeful that whatever comes out of the vehicle as evidence is going to help us in the investigations.
Amongst the clues is how much they can be able to interrogate from a suspect currently in custody. Highly placed security sources have told NTV that the suspect in jail is a border cyclist seen on CCTV cameras earlier on trailing Nagirinya before she met her death.
We also have one person who's helping us with the investigation. I might not necessarily come out with his name right now, but he's helping us with the investigation because according to the evidence we have, he was seen moving some people to and fro at the scene whereby this lady is believed to have been kidnapped. So we shall be informing you on how far we've moved with our investigation, and if anything changes, we shall be also informing you accordingly.
It has also come to light that at the time of her death, Nagirinya was pregnant.
Why? Why did they do this? And who are the killers of my daughter? What are they after? Was this just after her life? Or they had some claims somehow? If they had claims, they would have even approached me to see whether we can solve that. Because even if I couldn't get the money, but I would ask my friends to help me and we would solve that issue. But they killed her innocently, an innocent girl. She has died without even producing a child. I understand she was under pregnancy.
She was expecting her husband to return from Dubai on September 10th to celebrate their first wedding anniversary.
Edgar is the husband. He's called Edgar Gaten. He was in Dubai. He came back in December 2017 for the introduction. When he went back, he came back in 2018 for the wedding. He spent some months, then after he went back. Edgar was about to come back in September on 10. So Maria was preparing for his coming, and she had plans of going to Jinja to celebrate their anniversary, but it has not been possible.
On the fateful day of her kidnap on Wednesday, Nagirinya left her workplace at Community Integrated Development Initiative in Muyenga, where she worked as a project manager in the afternoon. She later went to visit her workmate and friend, Slivia Nakayenga. Later on in the night, Nakayenga asked Kitayimbwa, who she usually hires as a driver, to take her friend home as Nagirinya was not feeling well. Towards midnight, she called her sister to open for her as she returned home.
11:49. I didn't pick up. I was living with some friend of mine. So she called Grace and she told Grace, are you home? If you're home, come and open for me. So Grace came and woke me up and told me, Bena, Maria is at the gate. You go and open. So I opened up the door. Then I got out. On my way to the gate, I had men. The doors of the car were banging, so I ran to the gate and I opened the gate.
But two men who had been lurking in the dark struck as she reached the gate.
On opening the gate, I saw a man I didn't know. He was seated in the driver's seat. Then I had my sister cry for hope. She was telling them, please don't take me. Please, you man, don't take me. That is when I started banging. I banged the car, so they reversed. The car was facing in front of me. They reversed, but I was still banging it, shouting for help. I'm begging them not to take my sister. When they reversed, they passed via me, so I started chasing the car. But they drove so fast, I couldn't continue. So I started shouting for hope. I cried for hope, but no one helped me.
Francis Lubowa, upon learning about the kidnap, frantically began combing police stations. Barely after midnight, he rushed to Natete police station.
When we arrived there, we were only shocked that nobody was caring about us. The man we found at the counter was putting his legs on another chair, really making a bed for himself to sleep. We told him he did not take our matter very serious, and I was shocked. I said, this is not Uganda yet. Police, the whole police, and the police of that is stature of Natete. You find someone who is supposed to be on duty is just sleeping, and even if he sees you, he does not even move from his position. Then another policeman came, was putting on leg clothes, and he started asking us the names and the vehicle. Then he started asking us what is the tribe of the kidnapped lady. We told him. Then they said, but here the CCTV cameras are collecting all the information from all over. Therefore, we may not be able to spot out to this. So you have to go to Katwe police station.
This suggests that perhaps there was a chance to catch the kidnappers. Why didn't the officers ask their colleagues in the mobile patrol unit to deploy on the roads and look out for such a vehicle whose number plate was known? Could this crime have been nipped in the bud if time was of the essence?
Fortunately, Katwe police station, the officer we found there was quite good. He tried to help us. And he went to the CCTV room to find out. He came back after some time to tell us that, yes, the vehicle you are reporting was seen leaving Kinawataka towards Chireka. But our TVs here don't go beyond Chireka.
Lubowa was later asked to go to Old Kampala station if he needed help. These officers at Old Kampala police station barely offered any help as they appeared uncoordinated and disinterested to help.
The policeman on duty was sleeping actually. He was asleep. Then we knocked. Then he woke up and he said, what's the problem? We explained to him. Then he said, no, our CCTV cameras don't work here. They have been down for the last 3 weeks. They said, is it true? Can that be true? Say, yes. Do you want to go and see from where they operate? We say, yes, they allow us to go and see. So he saw that the room, there was light in the room. So we went and knocked. And we knocked. Then there were 2 young men. They opened the door. We told them the problem. And then we told them that Katwe police station is the one which he had sent us there. And they said, now, where do we start from? We don't know what camera they ended with.
The country recently spent about $126 million to buy CCTV cameras to fight crime. Later in the day, Lubowa received a call that the car in which her daughter was kidnapped was spotted abandoned in Natete.
And who saw this car? It was not the police. It was the ordinary people of Natete in Makai side. But when the news reached me that the car had been spotted, I started losing hope.
A travesty of justice, the police did not offer much help to Lubowa.
Police had no coordination. It seems it has no coordination with each other. Secondly, there was a big delay among the police officers. Because as soon as we got the message, we reported on 9/9 at around midnight. And this officer we were talking to assured us that he has now passed on the message. They will look for this vehicle now. Kumbe nothing was happening.
On Friday, the father continued to search but was later told by police to go home.
I had gone to the police again with my brothers and all my friends. We are still trying to see how the investigations are going on. Then something happened, I think, that they got, I think, some message which they hid from me. And I was with the policeman there. And when they got the message, I only saw him, I saw them, trying to organize something. And they told me, you Mzee, go back home, go and rest.
Barely after arriving at home, he was telephoned and told that his daughter was found dead.
But as I arrived here at home, someone, a journalist called Makumbi from Buked, I think, rang me and said, oh, Mzee, I am on a border here in Mukono, but I don't know how I can deliver this message to you. However, Mzee, it seems your daughter has been murdered. That's where they are driving me to. I'm going to see. I was told they have seen 2 dead bodies, a male and a female.
A security expert, Grace Masiko, says technology should aid in preventing such crimes.
Good thing now, technology has made it so easy that the security agencies have where to start from. In terms of communication, where there's some communication at that site that can be picked, the security people know that. And also the CCTV cameras now are providing vital information. Are they now residences nearby that could have picked images, because these people must have moved to that spot. They are very unusual because those are things that can be picked by technology on communication masts. This information can be picked. You see, there was a step up in that area, a lot of communication activities around there.
Masiko implores government to establish a security agency whose sole purpose is to deal with such crimes.
Because this is a situation we've started with, and it's not going to relent. It's just going to, actually, we're going to have many of those on whatever, but they are not going to go down. They go up. In the first place, we encourage government to set up a specific task force with highly trained skills to handle. Because the way we are currently handling, it's just when it happens, they tap here flying squad A, B, C, D. But we need a special unit to handle kidnaps, even if they're not happening every day, but it has to be there and given skills, mobility, communication, given all the technology it deserves, because we are dealing in a modern world that requires a lot of technology. So you need to equip these people. And then it makes it faster. When something happens, a report is made to them, then they move, they start working out their contacts and networks.
Why was this? Desolate and bereft mourners continue to seek answers over why such a young life was snatched.
Of course, this is organized crime. You don't expect someone to all of a sudden to jump into such a mission of kidnap. No. These are just specific people who are involved in that. They know their game. They know how to do it. So that's why the government has also to step up its efforts.
Kitayimbwa, who is survived by 5 kids and a widow, was laid to rest this evening in Masaka, and Nagirinya was buried at Kibuye on NTV Road. A solemn dirge accompanied her casket as her remains were interred. Emmanuel Kitayimbwa, NTV.